Out of nowhere, Trump hits pause. A 90-day suspension on tariffs that just days ago were threatening to ignite a full-blown trade war. Wall Street celebrates. The Dow explodes past 40,000. But while the markets are cheering, others are asking a very different question. Is this a genuine step toward peace, or just a political bluff timed to perfection? In this video, we'll break down what really happened, why the timing matters, how China responded, and what top analysts are predicting next. Stay to the end, because the truth may be more strategic than you think. What just happened? On April 9th, Donald Trump announced a 90-day pause on most of the new tariffs targeting foreign imports. The original plan included a hike to 104% tariffs on Chinese goods, with electric vehicles, semiconductors, and metals in the crosshairs. But now, those tariffs are on hold. Instead, Trump imposed a symbolic 10% placeholder, calling it a moment of reflection and strength. Markets responded instantly. The Dow Jones jumped 2,962 points, the biggest single-day surge in years. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100 followed, gaining almost 10% and 12% respectively. But here's the catch. Not all tariffs were paused. In fact, Trump quietly raised existing China tariffs to 125%, claiming China showed a total lack of respect for the global market. China responds, China wasn't impressed. Less than 48 hours after Trump's announcement, Beijing raised its tariffs on American goods to 84%, targeting U.S. agriculture, tech, and energy. State media called the move measured but firm, but behind the scenes, officials warned this could escalate into a long-term decoupling of supply chains. In other words, this pause may have calmed the markets, but it hasn't calmed the actual conflict. The trade war isn't over. It's evolving. The political angle. So why the pause, and why now? Many analysts believe this isn't about global stability. It's about domestic politics. With the 2025 election season heating up, Trump needs two things: a booming stock market and calm voters. And the numbers support this strategy. After months of volatility, this pause restored confidence almost instantly. It's also a move to reframe Trump's image, from tariff tyrant to strategic negotiator, a soft pivot without admitting any fault. But some experts warn, if this is just a short-term maneuver, it could lead to greater economic instability when the 90-day pause ends, especially if tariffs snap back harder than before. What the experts are saying. Goldman Sachs. The tariff freeze will fuel a short-term equity rally, but long-term uncertainty remains. World Bank. A prolonged trade war, even with pauses, could shrink global GDP by over 1% and slow U.S. job growth. Brookings Institution. This is pure election calculus. The real negotiations haven't even begun. Agricultural economists. The damage to U.S. farming is already done. Unless China lifts its countermeasures, exports will continue to decline. Bottom line, while the freeze creates a political win, the structural trade issues between the U.S. and China are far from resolved. Final verdict. So, was this a smart move or a political bluff? The answer might be both. It's smart in the sense that it bought Trump time, won him market confidence, and let him look reasonable, without actually compromising his strongman image. But it's also a bluff if no real deal follows. Because in 90 days, if these tariffs return stronger than ever, the markets and the voters might not be so forgiving. What do you think? Was this a tactical pause in a long game, or a showy move for political gain? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, give it a like, subscribe for more global analysis, and don't forget to ring the bell. Until next time, stay sharp and stay informed.